that, Sexton kind of leans over the bar and is like, all right, what'll you all be having?
Just whiskey, like as much of it.
Simple. I like it.
The good stuff from home, all right? Not like the good stuff.
I got you. And he begins to create your drink.
And did you want anything?
I'll take an old fashioned.
Old fashioned. Oh, like that. That's one of my favorites. He kind of mixes everything. Gives Joe.
I filmed him on my phone for my Instagram.
Slow motion filter as he pours everything. Makes a big show out of it and everything with the shaker glass and everything. And you.
Could I have a hot toddy?
All right. And he creates that for you. He's like, so what are you all doing in Carlaway?
We're visiting this beautiful spot.
It's Eilean Moore, right?
Yes, it is.
Nobody comes here unless if it's for two things. The agricultural show that's already happened a couple weeks back, so it's not that. And it's Eilean Moore. And you look like the folks that would go see Eilean Moore.
Yep. We go where we're told.
The camera.
What gives it away as I look at my camera?
It was definitely the camera.
I feel like Piers also probably wears the crew shirts that says Ghosted, like all the stuff on it, and it's like crew on the back.
I used to travel around myself. Have you been to a lot of different places in your job?
I've been not this job as much as previous jobs, but I used to travel everywhere.
Oh, it's really interesting. Did you you look like a man who's hit the rough and tumble sometime. Like, definitely, you don't just film islands, do you?
Well, before this I filmed, all exotic parts. I filmed predators of all types throughout the world.
Like lions?
Yeah. Had some moments with lions.
Huh. That's got to be terrifying.
Yeah, as I start to heavily drink the old fashioned.
Yeah, well, I might look like a big man who could take on a lion, but I wouldn't fuck with that in a million years. You're braver than I am. Here's another one on me. And he kind of pours you another one of your, you had an old fashioned, he gives you another old fashioned.
I drink that one even faster.
Yeah, no, I was more of a history man myself. He kind of pulls a book out from behind the desk. I mean, you may have heard of me. I've written books, history books all over the place. Charles Sexton. I don't know if that rings any bells, but yeah, it was a nice hobby for a while. It's nice to speak with people who have been around.
Is this a book I can read?
Oh yeah. Just bring it back to me when you're done. It's my only copy nowadays. And the book in question actually is an oral history of the British Isles.
All right, I'll take that for now, and that'll be some reading material for me.
I know a bit about that island. If you'd like to, I can do some B-roll for you. It was all before I got hired here. But if you want, I don't mind being on television.
Sure, if you know some history about the island, we could probably use some of that.
Oh yeah. I definitely. I mean, with the tourists that come here to want to see the island, I of course have to oblige. I always tell the stories of the lighthouse and everything like that. So.
Do you know anything about rock formations there?
Rock formations? I mean, I know the rocks there are, some of them are kind of special to the area, but nothing I really know. I'm not a geologist or anything and know more about just like stories that people tell than anything else.
Oh, because the one guy said that house was built for some sort of special rock formation.
Sounds about right. That guy was a loon. Patrick, he'd come here every night.
You spoke to him?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he stayed in the room 1, I believe. We'd always make a joke about that. I can't remember what it was. It's been a while. But he, seemed like a fair guy. But that guy knew exactly what he wanted. He was very particular about everything. Like you said, rock formations, not out of his ballpark. I imagine that being very much the case with that guy.
Is there a reason he'd build where that lighthouse is?
I mean, he said, I think the rumor was something along the lines of wanting to retire there. That's all I got.
All right.
Seemed like a weird. I think the guy maybe was just, that particular all the time in everything he did, but just very particular about that house. I guess if you're going to retire there, you want it to be the way you want it.
Yeah,
Makes sense to me.
Want to retire in a perfect way. What about the other guy he was with? He stayed here, right?
Nathan? Oh, yeah, he never really came to the bar terribly much. He was not really a drinker, that one. Seemed really buried in his work. Would stay in his room a lot, yeah. If he wasn't on the island getting the construction crew together, he was in his office, it seemed. Or his office, it was his room.
What room was that?
Room 3, I think. It's easy to remember, not many people come here. The only time it's hard to remember is around the agricultural fair.
All right. But is there any other history you know about there? What about the lighthouse?
Well, the lighthouse, and he kind of goes off into the story that Penelope told earlier. Just like the whole, 3 people were there, and then they were never found again, but everything they touched was left the same in the what's it called? The stuff that there's like a journal that kind of was really cryptic, and they didn't really know anything about it and everything. So he tells the usual oral history.
Nothing new.
Yeah, but nothing new. Yeah.
Okay.
But you do get good B-roll footage for, because when Penelope did tell the story, it was off camera, just informing the crew. So now you have that story on film. So when you eventually make the episode, you have a really interesting person telling you it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for the drinks and the book. I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it's nice talking to a fellow traveler. He kind of gives you a salute.
What was... So I know you didn't see Mr. Glass very much. Did their demeanor change from the start of them being on the island to the longer they would visit?
Not particularly, or at least not the way you might be insinuating. They seemed to get more and more excited as the house was being built. Probably because the house was almost built.
That's understandable.
And they were really excited the night they disappeared, as far as I hear at least. So yeah, no, they were really excited the day they never came back. They also invited like 6 surveyors to come by to check out the house with them, put it up to code. I assume that's normal.
Did they? Did the surveyors go out?
Mm-hmm. Those were the other 6 missing people.
Understood. So 8 in total.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of surveyors.
I seem to find it. I don't know construction, so it seemed fine to me. As far as Sexton thinks that's fine. You might be onto something though. That is a lot of surveyors.
Yeah, I'm over here going.
Yeah. As somebody who oversees projects, you would probably know that does seem like a weird amount of surveyors to bring with you.
Like 2 maybe 3 max, but like 6. That's you'd never have more than 2.
Big house. Clearly,
let me put it to you this way: whenever you are driving down the road and you see somebody trying to take measurements, how many people do you normally see?
Maybe 1.
You see 1, and then you see 2, all the way in the far end, and that's to survey an entire road. And I think the road is longer than this house is.
Huh. Well, that's weird, isn't it? He takes the shot of something because it's just like he's just like, that's weird. So he takes a shot too.
Thank you, Sexton, and Pierce. Thank you for gathering the footage today. I know we ride your ass a lot, But appreciate you being here.
Yeah, you know what? Just gotta do the best I can with the job I'm given.
Well, you see things in a different light than most camera people, and I appreciate it. But I swear to God, if you get another 8 hours in a trash can again, we're gonna have to have a discussion.
You never know. What if something cool popped out?
If it didn't pop out in the first 10 minutes of a trash can, it's not gonna pop up in the other 7 hours and 50 minutes.
You don't know how long raccoons sleep.
Oh my God, there's not even raccoons on this island. All right, anyways, she'll head back and sit down at the booth that Penelope is at. Is Penelope at a booth, or is she up at the bar?
I figured you were all three at the bar because nobody else is here, so the bartender didn't have to go far.
Yeah, I was up at the bar with y'all.
Nope. Then I lied. I just
I spin in my chair.
Yep. I just. I realized that I had a cord on. I could not actually spin all the way around. This is gonna be a bad day. Actually, Pen, do you mind if I talk to you alone for a moment?
Okay.
I'll lead her away. And we'll sit down. I'll have my back to Pierce. And I'll pull out a notepad and a pen. And I'll slide it across the pen. Penelope? Penelope? When's the last time you did it?
Penelope's gonna. Did you say you slid a journal toward me?
I slid like a notepad and a pen.
Okay. She's gonna take the notepad and the pen off the table and put it in her bag.
I'm just wondering if you're a little rusty.
Do you have any fears?
Do I have any fears?
What's your biggest fear?
Why don't you tell me?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
That we fail? That the show is over before it's time? That I don't succeed?
Have you ever had a fear of absolutely losing yourself to someone else?
In what way?
In ways that you cannot control?
Are you talking like passion, love? Or are you talking about
I'm
having your
talking about
identity stripped away?
I'm talking about if you look in the mirror and you don't know who you're looking at. Or that you wake up and you don't know how you got there.
That sounds very that doesn't sound great. I don't have that fear. I can say it's not something I've thought about, but to be honest, I have not recognized a person in the mirror for a very long time.
So you have some idea of how awful that is.
It's numb after a while. But yes, I can understand that.
Have you ever experienced nothingness?
Yes.
Of not feeling your own body? Not seeing anything?
Not to that extent, no.
Being completely disconnected from reality?
No. I do not have your gift. So I can't say that I did.
Do you think that that would be something that would be enjoyable?
Depends on whether there was people around that could hopefully bring you back. What you could learn, what you could influence, what you could gain. There are people out there that wish they could get lost in something if it meant being more than average.
And what about those who might experience that and in the process they are no longer themselves?
This is going to be very harsh, and it might be a little blunt.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I know. If you've been given a gift, as much as a curse as you might think it might be, and you refuse to use it because of fear, or because you might lose yourself, but you yourself hold an ability that nobody else can get, that nobody else can use, and you refuse to use it, it's cowardly.
What does the word autonomy mean to you?
At some point, autonomy to me, we make our own decisions. We control our own fate as best as we can. But there are other things, there are forces, we see this outside, that have some form of an influence. Do we have autonomy when it comes to fate, to destiny, to gifts?
I just want to make sure you understand that by asking me to do this, you're not giving me any autonomy. You're asking me to do this, and you've put me in a position where if I say no, then I lose everything. And if I say yes, then I have to sacrifice my own safety to do so. And I want you to know what I will be giving up if I do this. And I want you to understand that if I don't come back, that will be on you.
I will add it to the very long list of sins that I have.
And that's fine if being like that is what will get you through life. Being like that is also cowardly. So if we're going to sit here and unpack what our cowardice is, perhaps you should also take a look at yourself. If you don't recognize it, then you know how painful that is. And you know that choosing that is also cowardly. So don't sit here and ask me to do something with my life and my soul without understanding what you're actually asking of me, without ever having asked that of yourself. And I know you're my boss, but you must understand what you're actually asking me to do.
Why are you here? Why did you sign on? Why did you come along? Why did you bring Everett in?
I was asked.
You were asked. By whom? I didn't ask you.
You didn't.
But you chose to be here.
Yes and no.
Listen.
Look, I'll do it. I'm just letting you know.
I appreciate you letting me know. And as a friend, setting producer aside, I do care for you. I care for Everett. I care for my crew. I want to keep you safe. I want us to be successful. I want us to be able to look in the mirror and be proud of what we're doing, and be proud of where we're going, and proud of the stories that we're putting out. But I will do my best to ensure that should the void pull you too far in, I hope I will be able to pull you back out. Or perhaps that maybe it would take me instead. But as a producer, I have a job to do. And it's difficult. I don't like doing it. I don't like running the team into the ground. I don't like what it's doing to Everett. But doing the best that I can. The cards that have been dealt. And I'm sorry that I'm asking this of you. I'm sorry that I've done that to Everett. I'm sorry for a lot of things. However, just this once, I'll hold your hand. I'll follow you in. You won't go in alone. But you have a gift. And you don't know what you could do with it. What good you could possibly do with it. What we could possibly learn. And I know it's scary. And I know I'm asking a lot. And I know it makes you feel as though you're giving everything up to a power that you have no control over. You don't know if you'll come back. I hope you can. And I'm sorry if I've pushed you.
I think that. Did anyone get that on camera? Because I think that might be the nicest thing that you have ever said.
Fuck. Don't let it get out. I got a reputation to uphold.
Do you?
What are you getting at?
I'm just saying that might be something you should think about. Look, we care about you too, and as your friend, I'm just saying you don't have to hate the person that you see in the mirror. You don't have to be numb. You don't have to. None of us want that for you. So I'm going to go and leave you with that, and I'm going to thank you for the kind words that you said. And I have to go and be angry for a bit before I can do this.
All right. Well, don't get used to the kind words.
I'm not going to make any promises about that.
Ah, shit.
And Penelope will get up and leave, and she'll try to figure out what the fuck room Everett picked.
I want to say everybody has kind of left the area. Like, you all kind of disperse. Pierce probably left a little bit earlier than that. Penelope, as you're walking past, I want to say you guys probably went to the lobby, which you can see the bar from. And as you're walking back to your room, you take a quick glance at Sexton, and Sexton looks at you, does a little thing with his fingers, and winks. To explain what it is in an audio medium, because this is going to eventually be a podcast, it wasn't like the sex finger thing. It was a sort of sign, like a hand sign, an interesting one. I don't really want to describe it more than that because it might make it a little too obvious what he did.
Absolutely a sex sign.
It wasn't a sex thing.
West Side.
It wasn't a game sign either.
If anybody sees Penelope, she is pretty pale, but she's got like pretty rosy cheeks. Every bit of color that is in her face completely drains, and she stands very still for a moment with very wide eyes before walking very quickly out of there.
Alrighty, with that, so Everett, while you're alone before Penelope gets there, did you want to do anything?
It's me.
I have something for you if you have nothing.
I would love to see what you have for me, and then if that does not satisfy me, I will also have something.
Sounds good. Everybody take off your headphones. You're probably sitting in your room. You've not even unpacked. You're laying on the bed. You're looking at the ceiling, and on the ceiling is your dead, horrifying wife. She's staring down at you with one eye. The other eye you haven't been able to find in a while. And she's just kind of letting her limbs dangle as she just kind of stares at you. And all
Why
she
do you have to do it like why?
like her legs seem to be squished into the ceiling a little bit. It's almost like she's half hanging out of the ceiling. And she just goes, I don't feel it. Like she says it as screams and moans, but I figured I'd make the voice creepy when she talks.
That's so nice. It's so very good. Who? Any of them? I don't think any of them are here.
No, they aren't here. I don't feel them here.
Yeah, I had a feeling they wouldn't be here. Did you know anything about this island? At all?
No, haven't asked.
No, you. You yourself. You yourself?
Myself?
You, yes.
Oh, what? I don't know.
Okay. It's fine. Well, I might ask for a little help tomorrow then when we get on.
Anything for you, love?
I know.
And I want to say then the door opens and Penelope comes in. Because Penelope was staring in the room with you. Penelope,
you're
you just
walking into
opened
the
the door to Everett's room, and you just find Everett laying on the bed in the dark.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just like kind of like laying with like an arm on my forehead, just like looking up at the ceiling. Just kind of like look towards you as you come in.
And it's dark?
Yeah.
No lights?
No.
Okay.
But he's not sleeping.
Yeah, no, like the light from the hallway comes in and I like visibly look towards you and just kind of like wave.
Are you sleepy?
Do you know me?
No, I've never met you before in my life.
What are you?
Always sleepy.
So why aren't you sleeping? You're here with all the lights off. Is everything all right?
The complicated question, Penelope.
For
Is
what it's
it?
worth, Everett, it's still there.
I think, yeah, Everett's
What
looking.
the fuck is that
Yeah,
mean?
no, Everett's looking straight up at the ceiling as he says it's a complicated question.
Alrighty. And she's gonna shut the door.
Oh, well, are you coming in?
Yes.
Okay, good. I have an honest question to ask you, Penelope.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your personal take on all of this?
What
I
do you
don't think
mean?
All of it.
Ghosts?
Ghosts, spirits. I don't know if I've actually asked you how you feel about the whole thing. What you believe is real or not.
Oh, I believe it's real. Although I think there have been a few times where we obviously were in places that were not haunted. The audience doesn't know that, but obviously we do. But
sidebar. Keeper?
oh,
I haven't really talked to anybody about.
No.
Cool. Just making sure. Just making sure.
about what?
No, I'm about to tell you. Don't worry.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, second honest question. I do want an honest answer, though. Personal honest answer. I don't care what you think anyone else thinks. And it doesn't need to leave this room either. Do you think I'm full of shit?
what?
All this? My psychic abilities?
No. I think that sometimes you've probably bullshitted. Bullshat? Us?
But no, I don't. I believe that. Here's what I really believe. I once had a very good friend of mine tell me that not all places are actually haunted. Sometimes it is the people who are there who are haunted. And that's why they can see or experience things. It's not the people, it's...
Right. He'll sit up.
It's gone.
What the fuck?
Do you see things, Penelope?
Do I see things? I do have eyes, so yes.
I
You
am
mean
tired.
things?
Yes.
No.
Really?
Yes.
Of all the people who are part of this establishment, you seem to fit that. Have you ever seen anything?
She's gonna take a seat on the bed and like slowly like push herself back so that her feet are like dangling, which doesn't take a whole lot because she's very short. That's quite possible.
I have bullshat a couple of times.
So it is shat, it's not shitted.
I was following your lead on that, but it's not an act. It is real. I do hear things, see things, have some help with that. It's complicated, and
Is that why you're tired?
it's very noisy. It's very noisy all the time. I don't want to hear things. I'd rather not. I would rather have a very comfortable desk job writing things for other people to do.
Would that take away the voices?
No, I think those are there forever, but I would really like for them to go away.
Are
But
you
the kind
hearing
of-
anything right now?
It's when I say hear voices, it's constant. It's a constant thing. It's like static at this point.
All right. Is there anything that you want me to do to help you? Does anyone else know about this?
Kind of told Joe that I might have hinted that I had heard voices before. Maybe. In there, they kind of very heavily suggested I take this front end position camera person that I definitely don't feel I want to do.
She's gonna scoot forward and she's gonna hold her hands out, kind of like with Everett's consent, hoping to hold his hands for a minute.
I give you my hand.
And she holds on to them for a minute.
Then it's going to be very noisy for you up on this island. And I think that you and I both are going to have to do things that we don't necessarily want to do, but that we have to do. And I want you to know that I think the only way that we will all make it out of there without losing all of our sanity is that we're going to have to hold on to each other. Because people can laugh all they want about what's up there, but it's going to be fucked.
I'll work on that, trying to hold on to people.
Or maybe we'll just have to hold on to you.
We'll see.
God, all of these fucking sad asses. She gets up to start unpacking.
What? Wait. Are you unpacking in this room?
Yes.
I
I have to be here. It's room 3, and I can explain to you why, but I have to be in this room. And if you want to leave, you can. That's fine. But I also know you the best out of anybody here, so I think we have to bunk together, and I hope you're okay with that. Also, this is a pretty fucked up room. Things have happened here, I think. No, they haven't. But someone stayed here once, so.
Right. All right. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I don't. No one is here, by the way. Like here, no one important is. No, Riley and Glass aren't here. Here.
You can see things? It's not just voices, you see them. Do you see dead people?
I see dead people.
Not quite. I have an interpreter of sorts, I guess. Who helps? Again, it's complicated.
That's funny. I'm also an interpreter for a different reason.
Not.
And I don't want to get into it now, so I'm going to unpack and we'll talk about it later.
All right.
Is that scene?
It's a very uncomfortable scene. An uncomfortable.
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm pretty sure this should be a forever game. I want to know all of these stories.
These characters are very good. And for the viewers at home, which is all of us, because we are all playing from our homes, and everyone who's watching this, it is an online event. So, but these are all pre-made characters. I've embellished some of the details about them, but these are the characters that came with the scenario, and they're all fucking great.